Good evening, great people. My name is Amos. I'll be your trainer today under the Tikash app platform. This is where we say that digital biashara is the future of biashara. And today we are about to look at how do you get to earn more with pay later and what is pay later first. Going to have an in-depth discussion about how you get to earn more with pay later, what pay later is all about, and how you can be able to improve your credit score as a merchant. So, welcome to our session today. This comes after very many sessions that happened in the course of the week, and I hope you have always enjoyed the sessions. Um, at the very beginning, we started with the first session that was on setting up your shop, how you can be able to do that, how can you can be able to edit your inventory, and most importantly, venye unaweza change price ya vitu zako, because we know that uh, for you to build customer confidence, lazima ikue bei yenye iko kwa online store ni bei yenye iko kwa ground, because wakikuja kwa ground wapate vitu ni different, then they get to lose some trust in you as a merchant. So welcome to today's session. Um, what is pay later? That's what I'm going to start with before I even go into the platform and how that will be working out. Pay later is an option just like the way we to our loyal customers. Of course, each and every business would have some loyal customers. Kuna ule client wako mwenye hata na kucall before akuje kwa shop because they are so loyal to you. And akipata product haiko, they don't go to buy from another person. They just want to buy from you. So they keep on coming back. These are some of the customers who we can sell to products on credit basis. And we have been doing so. It doesn't mean that we haven't been. We have been doing so. But what is the app going to change? The app is going to just help us change the way we have been doing it. Why? Because kitambo ilikuwa ni wewe na black book na pen. So what used to happen ni, like nikipea mse something on credit, for example from my shop, the Aura baby, then nitampatia that item on credit, but tamwandika kwa book. Then the book poses so many risks because one of the things that can happen ni book yenyewe inaweza potea, customer mwenyewe anaweza amua asirudi tena. But with the app, it's now going to be so seamless. It's going to be pay later digitally. How does it work? And how will it be working? Mse anaweza nunua kwa shop yako na pay later. What will that mean? Yes, anakuja anachukua item from your shop, but analipa baadaye. The beauty of this is that haitakuwa ina depend na wewe as a person. Remember, I've always insisted that this app is AI integrated. And we know the future of biashara is AI. Then the AI integration is the one that is going to look at the transaction history of the customer and award a credit score to the customer. So what does that mean? Huyu msee kama nakuja kuchukua item on credit from your shop, lazima akuwe ni msee credit worthy. Na hiyo credit worthiness yake inakuwa measured digitally na AI yenye imekuwa integrated into the platform. But how will that be happening? Let me walk you through the way in which we'll be making sales, but having the option of pay later. Kindly note that this option is still not yet active in this version of the app. Why? Because this app is just new. We have barely used it for like 2 months, 3 months, and so on. So hii ni feature inakuja kuintegratiwa in the next 6 months. Why in the next 6 months? So that tukuwe na transaction history enough ya wewe kama msee wa shop, ya customers wako, so that as they come and we offer them the pay later, we know that they are credit worthy people, ni watu wenye tunaweza pea items on credit. But this is how it will be working out once launched. So you'll press on sell if, for example, somebody comes into your shop. Um, of course, you can see my screen. I have the Aura Baby as the shop that I'm trying to sell with. It has some Tcash balance there. Of course, I'm so rich. I have 100. We're running Rotary. I've talked of that before. And the performance day is zero. I have zero upcoming booking. Down there, we have the home, the orders, the sell. So to pay with pay later, utakuwa unaguza tu sell. So then remember under sell, we have the three options that we have talked about before: the catalog, the express sell, and the voice assistant. Assuming that today is not a very busy day and therefore I can sell using the catalog. So I'd come to the catalog. Of course, the catalog will show me the things that I have in stock over there. Maybe this client of mine is is a lady who would want to buy the long maxi dress that is so costly. It's costing 3,099. But they want to do this on credit. Maybe they have a birthday party, a wedding party, or something coming up. So they needed that dress. So I'll just put on the quantity. The quantity is one. And then this would come to cart. Ikikuja hapa kwa cart, this is where now um, we press the cart so that we can check out. So you press the cart so that we're able to check out. You can see it's the long maxi dress that I've selected. It's just one piece. It is costing 3,099. Um, and of course, I have the option of now going to checkout. So nikikuja kwa checkout, kuna hizi payment options zenye zina show up. There is the total amount, there is the Soko QR code, the cash payment, and the external wallet. This is what I would want you to understand. Ni ati, huyu client wako, kwa profile yake, akona the personal profile. Atakuwa na operate under the personal profile. Because yeye, ndiye amekuja kubai. So, ikifika ni hapa, they will do the scanning of the QR code, but in their phone, because they don't have money in their Tcash wallet, they will press on pay later option. What does that mean? Huyu client anachukua hiyo dress but atalipa baadaye. Hatalipa sahi, atalipa baadaye. Atalipaje? How will that transaction happen? This is going to be secure and seamless. As soon as this client has money uploaded in their Tcash wallet, then this money is deducted automatically and deposited to your Tcash wallet. What does this mean? Huyu msee hata hakukuja tena kwa shop yako ndio akulipe pesa. What will happen is once ameweka pesa kwa Tcash wallet yake, hiyo pesa inakuwa deducted na system automatically inakuja kukulipa deni. So that means mse haezi hepa na deni yako. So long as ako na pesa kwa Tcash, deni yako itajilipa tu automatically. But how can you track this? How will you be able to see how, when is the pay later happening, at what time, and how many people you have who have taken items on credit from your shop? So this is how you'll be going about it. I would want to exit the cart because, of course, I don't have a client who is scanning the QR code to pay with pay later. Remember, I insisted that this feature is a coming up feature. So it's a feature that is not yet active. And the reason for this is because wase bado hawaja transact na hii Tcash app to build their credit history. So hii feature itakuwa active as soon as we have made transactions for about 6 months, so that AI can have some record zenye inarifaa tu. Ikisema like Amos is credit worthy, then it is based on fact and data. Remember, AI doesn't deal with rumors. Lazima ikuwe ni data, lazima ikuwe ni kitu real. So mse amekuwa kitransact. That is how the credit score will be operating. So allow me back and show you how you will be tracking the pay later. Of course, I'll come to the I will just cancel. I want to exit the, I just want to exit. Okay. I go back from up there. I confirm that I want to exit and I exit again. So under the wallet tulisema ni kitu ya maana sana because of course wallet is where we keep our money. And remember, the wallet here is the Tcash wallet. Just after the sell button, there is the wallet button. So once you tap on it, inakupea that screen that is showing up right now. What you have there is the icon, I, and then you have other two icons. Those are of no interest to me right now. The Tcash balance is showing up there, and you can see that you have the option of swiping. Once you swipe, you can see the total sales that you have made under that Tcash balance. So the Tcash balance is showing up there. It's 136. And of course, you can see when I swipe to the right, then the total sales have been 100 shillings. So I just want us to come down there to the pay later option. You can see the app is telling me that I have no pay later activity yet. What does that mean? Hakuna mse nimeuzia kitu on credit basis. So once I start selling on credit basis, hii pay later itakuwa inanionyesha like how much do I have out there with people in form of credit za items ama services zenye nishawapatia. Remember, at some point, it becomes so necessary to give those items on credit because I don't see a reason as to why I would have maybe the dress I was trying to sell on credit in the shop um, for 2 months, 3 months, yet there is a client who needed that dress and they were willing to pay later. So how are you earning more with pay later? Remember, pay later is enabling your business not to stay with stock. So goods zako zina move kumove because you're also giving items on credit. Remember, that is how great businesses are built on the foundations of giving credits because people may lack money right now. Like mse anaweza kuwa maybe ana depend on salary. Maybe amekuwa employed in a different shop. Is dependent on mshahara yake ndio abai hiyo kitu, but they needed that dress for maybe an upcoming birthday party, an upcoming event, so anahitaji hiyo kitu urgently when they don't have money. If you cannot give credit, then that means you have lost that customer. And because the event ni upcoming, once the event is done, the customer will no longer need the dress because the reason as to why they needed the dress ni juu they had a birthday party upcoming. If the party is over, then they no longer need the dress. So that means you may not make that sale eventually. So pay later activities will be showing up there and you'll always know how many items you have given on credit and when is the due date. When they scan the pay later code and decide to pay with the pay later, then after doing the scanning, you're given an option to accept the pay later. Are you going to accept? So it doesn't mean that msee anaweza tu amua mi nalipa huyu msee na pay later. You as the shop owner or you as the seller ndio unaamua, am I accepting to sell this on credit or am I not accepting to sell this item on credit? The most important thing yenye naweza penda tuelewe ni ati pay later is just allowing you to do more sales and providing you with a secure way of knowing some of the credit-worthy customers and a secure way of collecting your debt. So inamaanishaje, like you'll never struggle. Like customer alipotea na pesa, that will be a thing of the past because this system will be deducting from them automatically. Maybe one question that is on somebody's mind might be, Na hii pay later yenye we are talking about, hii credit score mse ana build aje? Hii credit score mse ana build aje? And what levels are there of this credit score? Um, okay, I just want to switch back to the personal profile. So I'll go back to home and of course switch from business up there to personal. So when you switch to the personal profile, under the icon that has my picture, that is the one I'm going to tap on. When you tap on that icon, then this screen is showing up. Um, you have the option of switching to business profile, which you don't want to do. We have the code of my Tcash wallet. And of course, I've completed KYC. Remember, we said that this is know your customer. Of importance to me is the credit score. And it is very important that we as merchants also understand how we can help our customers build their credit score. Remember, for them to start building their credit score, lazima wa complete KYC. So customer amekuja kwa shop yako, they would want to, they are very loyal to your shop. And sometimes maybe you feel like this is a credit worthy customer. You can tell them that with the Tcash, they can just open an account and of course complete their KYC so that they start building on their credit score every time they visit your shop. So the credit score is the that option there. That is the one I'm pressing on. And you can see um, the overview. The overview of the credit score is just telling us that the credit score affects your ability to pay later, access future credits, and get good interest rates. That is the most interesting thing for me as a biashara person. Kwa nini? Remember, mimi nikipea mtu item on credit, inamaanisha like anafaa lipe tu the cost of the item. With the pay later option, you have an option of saying, oh, because you're taking my item on credit, then you will have to pay at a fee. Because even if you're to go to a bank, you just don't get the money and return the exact amount. You'd have to pay with some interest. And of course, there is the aspect of interest. So the credit score is what affects the ability to pay later. But how do you build this credit score? You build it on having multiple transactions with the app over a period of time. It's like a relationship that is built on trust. You see, for you to get a credit facility from a bank, it would be dependent on the kind of transactions you do with the bank. And that is why we as biashara people have been disadvantaged for the longest time. Kwa nini? Because sometimes we don't even bank some of the money that we have. But when you wanapata like salaries through the bank, unapata they easily access credit from these institutions. Kwa nini? Because their transactions zinaonekana pale, like inaonyesha like this person received this amount, ana withdraw hii pesa and mesave hii pesa, and therefore the bank can trust them more. In the same way, this credit score is being built on such a criteria where now you'll have to use the app to buy, to sell, and then eventually your very good credit profile. This credit profile you can also use as a merchant, leave alone to sell with the pay later. But again, you can also use it to get goods from your suppliers. Remember, suppliers wengine utapata msee akona Tcash. Ukipata msee akona Tcash, then that means huyu mtu kama akona Tcash naweza mlipa with pay later, na actually nikiuza hizo vitu kwa shop yangu, si watu wananilipa na Tcash, itakuwa tu ina deduct automatically na inaenda kumsort huko. So there are different levels, of course. The different levels that are there are so that a person accesses credit depending on the level of transaction that they are in and there is a limit also to the amount of credit that you can access. And of course, there is something that is referred to as the repayment period. The repayment period will vary depending on the credit score that you have. So well, msee mwenye anatumia new, good, great, elite can choose any period. Msee mwenye akona affair is limited to only 7 days. So because akona low credit history. And of course, the person can be blocked from using pay later. Why? Because maybe umsee amekuwa halipi within that spirited timeline. Remember, tukipatia msee an item kwa shop yetu with credit, huwa anatuambia I'll be paying this maybe in a month, next week, on a certain day, and so on and so forth. This app is going to help us to ensure that we collect this money on the day yenye huyu client mliagree atalipa. Atalipa after 7 days, that's okay. Atalipa after 1 month, that's okay. So it will be helping you track, and of course you will be in charge of it. And if a person violates the pay later policy, of course they'll be blocked for a period of 30 days until they are able to rebuild now their profile once again. Which are the credit levels that are there under the pay later? We have the new. This is for very new customers. For very new customers, of course, then the pay later will not be active for them. And that is why it is also not very active for me. Because I'm also new. If you look at my credit score up there, the Amos Madhu has been active since February 2026, and therefore is new and has a credit score that is just new. I don't have any star there. I am zero. I can't take an item on credit. The AI cannot allow me to take items on credit. But again, once I do more transactions, I know I'm going to move from new to low, and then from low to fair, based on the amount of transactions I'll be having, and then from fair to good, from good to great, from great to elite. And I am looking forward to becoming an elite credit score achiever under the Tcash platform. Why am I looking forward to this? Because this will mean naweza chukua items zangu from my suppliers who are using the Tcash on credit and come and sell them, make my profit, at the same time repay. So that will mean I'll be able to access money. I'll be able to generate profit from monies that I don't have. Additionally, I will also be able to take bank loans with this credit score. So remember, Tcash is partnering with different institutions, banking institutions, to enable these services. So the banking institutions are going to come in handy and offer us more cash so long as our credit score allows us to access the money. Remember, say digital biashara is the future of biashara. We are coming up with a system that is helping us as business people benefit and, of course, bridge the gap that has always existed in as far as the credit facility has been concerned. Yes, keep your questions coming under the comment section. I will be, of course, reviewing them and responding to them in real time. Until then, that will bring us to the end of our session. But what have we learned? We have learned that with Pay Later, you have the chance as a business person to earn more. How are you going to earn more? By making sales to even credit-worthy customers who do not have money right there with them. They can pick the products from you. You can offer services to them, and then they pay you later using money from their Tcash wallet. Remember, we said they don't have to authorize the payment to you. Once they have money in their Tcash wallet and the day is due for the payment, then the money is automatically deducted from their Tcash wallet to your Tcash wallet. And how can you be able to, of course, view how many items and how much in terms of debt you have out there with your loyal customers? You just need to come to a part that I would just want us to switch back to in a moment. The wallet, the most important thing in a business, the wallet. Under the wallet, you have the Tcash balance and then the pay later. And of course, you can see I've not given an item on credit. So I'm looking forward to making more customers credit worthy so that I'm able to earn more from them using the platform. So a challenge to you, just convince customers to start using the Tcash now. Why? Because the more they use, the more they build their credit profile, the more you can be able to sell to them using the pay later option. Thank you very much and have a great day.